Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Portcast. It's a beautiful Sunday afternoon of this recording, and one of these teams is going to win the Super Bowl. One of these teams is going to win anywhere between 0 and 17 games. One of these teams, or actually all 31 of these teams, are members of the NFL. NFL schedule came out this week, folks, and we're going to talk about some of the big matchups, some predictions, some hot takes as usual. And where you want to start off, Jeremy?
I do we just want to start with something like everybody has been talking about the big matchups, the big TV games that everybody wants to see.
Sure, that's fine.
Um, Everybody's talking about the opener, which is Dallas and Tampa Bay. They're unveiling the trophy, everything like that. Dak's big return, Brady's coronation again in Tampa Bay. Um, so that's where we're starting the season.
We'll start there. I'm not counting out touchdown Tom. You can never count out
No, you
touchdown
really
Tom.
can't.
I'm glad to see Dak back because I'm still want to vomit thinking about his ankle there on Fox and Tony Romo going, "Oh, it's only a cramp. It's only a cramp."
That was no cramp. That wasn't even a sprain.
Nope.
I just think that's a good way to start.
I don't know if I like the matchup for the opening game.
Oh, they don't care about the matchup. They do not give a damn about the
See,
matchup.
I think it should be either a rematch of the NFC Championship game or it should be a rematch of the Super Bowl.
True.
I see. I think that should be like
That's
that
how,
every single year.
that's how you get the big ratings.
Yeah, or a big rivalry game. I can't even say. I don't. Tampa and Jacksonville. Yeah, I mean something.
Woof.
I
Woof.
don't know. I'm trying to think. I mean, Sean Tom is Super Bowl champion, but Trevor Lawrence's first game
As a Jaguar,
as a
yeah.
Jaguar. I mean, Urban Meyer playing Tim Tebow at tight end. I saw a tweet yesterday. They have Travis Etienne playing wide receiver. It's like, oof.
Yikes. Yeah, it's going to be one of those.
It's an oof moment in Jacksonville, and
Yeah.
it's not going to be pretty. We talked
No.
about that before in our draft episode.
Yeah, that's going to be a interesting thing to watch for sure. Um, and I'm just rolling down through like week one. Nothing like comes out at me like
I love the Steelers playing at Buffalo in September and not December.
yes,
That's nice.
yeah, that's definitely nice. Only one Monday night game this year,
Yeah,
week one,
which
which
is
is
weird to me.
yeah,
Usually they have two. Um, Actually, I think the matchup of the weekend is 4:25. CBS, Cleveland, Kansas City. I think
that's going to be a good one.
gonna be a really good game.
Yeah, I think that will be definitely interesting to watch with Kansas City coming off having their asses handed to them in the Super Bowl. And can Cleveland keep that role of their quote unquote Cinderella, we're actually a competitive football team, or will they become the Browns that I know and love?
They're not going to be the Browns we know and love for a very long time. I
I know
don't think.
that's the odd part.
Yep. Moving on. Week two. Um, Obviously, I don't know. I mean, I hate Thursday night football,
Yeah, so do
but
I.
I will always take a NFC East matchup anytime I can because it's either going to be absolute chaos or a great game. Um,
Lately, it's been absolute chaos.
yeah, you mean Washington defense week two Thursday night. I love Washington, the football team's defense. I talked about in the draft episode about how much it's a make or break year for Daniel Jones in
Mm-hmm.
New York. But it's kind of hard to, I mean, we're here in May and talking about games in September. I mean, it's a big time gap between what can happen now and training camp.
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah, I mean, there's a lot that can go on with COVID, and it's big here. But, I mean, what's some other big matchups are you interested in this year?
Well, week two, if we're staying on week two, Kansas City and Baltimore Sunday night football, like that's enough for that's going to be something
Yeah.
because that's always a good matchup. But if we're going to jump around, I think what is it, week three or week four? The one that everybody's talking about is Brady's return to Foxborough.
Week 4. It's week 4. I think it was Brady's dad, or I forget who it was on a radio station in Boston, and it's like he's pretty much just they're gonna walk out of there at 4-0, and it's like, boy, you just signed your
Yeah, that's billboard material right
yeah,
there.
that is
Woo,
bulletin
buddy.
board in the locker room material right there. And again, I have majorly big questions on the Pats this year. I don't trust Mac Jones at quarterback. I think we talked about this in the draft episode. Again, we go back to it. I think he's the worst out of that first round class of quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Um, but there's a lot to see that game. I mean, of course, I'm guessing it's probably CBS.
No, it is Sunday Night
Oh,
Football.
it's Sunday Night Football. So interesting.
Yeah, it is Sunday Night
Well,
Football.
yeah, actually, that makes sense why they put it Sunday night.
I I don't know. I don't honestly believe that New England has anything going for them this year. I think it's going to be another. What were they 8-8 last year?
Something like that,
Something like
yeah.
that. I don't. I foresee them being last in that division for sure.
Yeah. Wait, you're putting the Jets over?
Yeah, I think the Jets are a better football team.
Wow,
I
that's
think the Jets can actually because look at the Patriots last year. Like they won a lot of games. You know, they won their 8 games or whatever, but they were the sloppiest. Like that's not a Bill Belichick football team, in my opinion. That
no.
looked like a
I
mess.
think Cam kind of, kind of sketchy
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
last season.
Cam had a lot to do with
I
that.
think Cam's obviously down on like the downslope of his career, but that's why I think they drafted Mac Jones. But
I think that was a bad idea,
yeah,
but
there's I don't know. There's some big questions.
yeah, and we'll definitely probably touch on it before the season starts of our
Let's
predictions and everything like that. Um, do we just want to jump right into the Steelers schedule since
hold on.
that's
I'm
what?
trying to find. Okay, week 12. Okay, Thanksgiving. You got obviously Bears and Lions. Obviously, it's Thanksgiving at
Yeah,
noon on Fox.
yeah,
You've the Vegas Raiders and Dallas. Obviously, Dallas a Thanksgiving Day game,
yep.
and then Buffalo and probably at this point in the season, the Taysom Hill led New Orleans Saints
Oh God.
because I think they benched Jameis Winston by week 5.
Oh,
But I mean, it's Thanksgiving, but also that week you have Steelers Bengals, you have Chargers Broncos, and you have Browns Ravens. Like that's a
mm.
pretty damn good week of football right
Yeah, that
there.
is. That's a really good week of football. Thanksgiving's always been like a good week for football
Yeah.
because at that time there's also the bowl game. You know, there's you got your end of the season for college
For football.
football. You know, you got the big rivalry games, everything like that coming
Um.
out.
Then we go week 16. We move into even more into the holidays. Um. Christmas Day. There's 2 games. You got Browns and Packers. At that point, my guess is probably gonna be the Jordan Love led.
Nope, Blake Bortles.
Oh God, they signed someone else yesterday. I
Yeah,
saw.
so they now have 4 quarterbacks on
Yeah,
that
it's a
roster.
mess. And then the late game on Christmas Day is Colts and Cardinals.
Two football games on Christmas Day. A great way to ignore your entire family.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of
The holidays.
well or family, but
Yeah,
um but those both of those games on Christmas Day suck.
yeah.
Like the Browns are going to be good. The Packers are going to
But here's the other thing, though. They could flex out of that, right?
no, those games are set for
Those are
Christmas. Yeah,
set.
yeah, the holiday games are set.
Come on, you had freaking Washington at Dallas, Sunday Night Football. You could have moved that sucker to Christmas Day. That'd have been the biggest rated game in all.
No, that week is going to be great because you have Steelers Chiefs.
No, that's not going to be great. That's going to be a massacre.
Oh yeah,
And we'll get to that. Trust
yeah.
me. That's a tease, kids. We'll get to that. I just, it's a weird, like the schedule just like is weird to me. It's just odd.
Yeah. So, we're going to talk. I mean, we're big Steeler fans, and I think we should go down the schedule and our predictions for the season.
Yeah.
Do you want to do preseason?
Who the hell gives a damn about preseason?
I just thought I'd ask. I just thought I'd ask.
It's the Hall of Fame game. Is the only one I'll
So
probably watch.
your week 1, you're in Buffalo.
Yeah.
I think Josh Allen continues his run as a good quarterback. I think the Steelers have major questions starting out the season.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's as soon as the schedule came out, I'm like, oh, that's a loss right
That's
there.
a loss.
That's definitely a loss.
Week 2, they're home versus the Raiders. That's a win.
That's a win, but it's not going to be an easy one, I think.
No. Week 3, you are home versus the Bengals.
That's a win.
I think that's a win. I think Joe Burrow's either murdered by this time in week 3 because he is on offensive line, or he's balling out with Jamar Chase. One of the two. There's an either or with the Bengals this year. Either they're going to be not really good, but they're going to be good.
Yeah.
With the Burrows and Chase combination, or they're going to be very bad because they have no offensive line, and Burrows is going to be probably hurt again.
Yeah. Will Burrow even be there by week 3?
I don't know.
He may not even be back. Who knows?
No, I think he said they can be ready for a good season.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you see the Bengals in the uniforms?
Yeah, I like them.
I actually like them. I actually like the white on white.
I do too.
The only thing is, I wish they could have a white helmet.
Oh, that would be cool.
Like Siberian tiger.
Yeah, that would be pretty
cool. I think it would be really, really cool. Week 4, first weekend in October, they're at Green Bay. I think the Steelers, they have a very hard schedule this year, but I think they lucked out because you're playing week 1 in Buffalo in September, and you're playing week 4 in Green Bay.
Yeah.
They lucked out with the weather games.
Yeah, definitely.
Which is huge to me. I think they win this game.
Ooh.
It's a question on the quarterback situation in Green Bay.
Yeah, that's the definite. It's a question of the quarterback situation in Pittsburgh too.
But sometimes Blake Bortles has the Steelers' number.
Yeah,
from the playoff game a few years ago to 2 years from Jacksonville? Last year, Jacksonville. No, the year before that.
The year before, yeah.
I mean, they have the Steelers. Blake Bortles has the Steelers' numbers, in my opinion.
He's a better quarterback than he gets credit for.
No, he's not, but
college quarterback.
Yes, week 5, you're home versus Denver.
Do they have a quarterback on their roster?
Is it still Jake Locke?
I don't know who the hell it is.
I have no idea. Obviously, to me, that's a win.
Yeah.
Next week, week 6, the 17th of October, it's going to be a loss. It's Sunday Night Football at home versus Seattle.
Yeah, that one's going to be.
Yeah.
Russ is just going to go nuts on
somehow the Steelers are still going to lose their bye week. Somehow they lose a bye week.
Yep.
Then they come home week 8. They're at Cleveland week 8 on Halloween. What could go wrong? A Halloween game in Cleveland. Hopefully Mason Rudolph is not starting.
Oh God.
Yeah, it's going to be ugly.
Yeah.
Week 9, Monday Night Football versus Chicago, which it's going to be a very interesting matchup, I think.
That's going to be a curious
one to
watch.
Is Justin Fields starting quarterback by then?
Oh, absolutely.
Or is it Andy Dalton?
It's going to be Justin Fields. Because he wins the starting job.
So, I saw a video of yesterday. It was Justin Fields throwing to Daz Newsome. So, I guess this is the new thing in the NFL this year. When media take a video for social media, it can only be up for 24 hours. And then they have to delete it.
The hell?
Yeah.
That's weird.
There's one of I think the Chicago Tribune reporter did it.
Jesus.
He says, due to policy at rookie camps and training camp and that, they can have the video for 24 hours and that's taken down.
That's weird. That must be new.
Yeah. Week 10, home versus Detroit. I think the Lions are going to be really, really bad this year. I don't like Jared Goff. I don't think he's a good quarterback. I didn't like him in LA. I definitely don't like him in Detroit.
The Detroit Lions will be the number 1 overall.
No, it's gonna be Jacksonville again. But that NFC North is very
weird,
very bad. Between the Packers, the Bears, the Lions, and the Vikings. Also, speaking of the Vikings, I wanted to bring this up. I saw a tweet yesterday that Kellen Mond, he's like, I was studying Kirk Cousins. I'm like, boy, you better not do that.
Boy, you are an idiot if you do that.
Don't do that.
Well, no, actually, it would work out for him because Kirk Cousins got paid a shit ton of money.
That's true.
Garbage.
That's true. Week 11, I think the Steelers go to LA and they play the Chargers at SoFi Stadium.
Yep.
Yeah,
It's a Sunday nighter, yeah.
yeah.
That's gonna be. Ugh.
Okay, before we go into week 12, okay, I'm looking at ESPN's website here and schedules. They have like you can get tickets as low as.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to take the guess of the most expensive game the Steelers have this season?
I'm looking at the same one too.
Oh, shit! It's at Green Bay.
That doesn't surprise me
It
though.
doesn't surprise me, but that lowest game is at Cincinnati, which doesn't surprise me.
$66
Yeah,
road trip.
I would never want to drive to Cincinnati.
We've driven through Cincinnati. We didn't even want to be there.
So week 12 again, they're at Cincinnati. I think that's a win.
Yeah,
Um, week 13, I think they lose both games to Baltimore this year.
I could see that.
Um, week 14, hey, look, the Vikings are on the schedule.
That's Thursday nighter.
That's a Thursday night. Are all the Thursday night games on Amazon Prime this year?
I don't know.
I think they are.
Probably. I think that was a multi-year deal with Amazon and the NFL.
So again, that whole NFC North is very bad. I think.
Is it sad that Justin Fields could be the best quarterback in that division?
No, it's not at all. It all depends on Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, it all depends on Aaron Rodgers, of course.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying.
They're home versus Tennessee. I'm interested to see what the run stopping can do to Derrick Henry like they did last season in Tennessee. They play at Heinz Field this year.
I still got that image in my head and Robert Spillane just coming down the middle and just running over Derrick Henry.
Yeah.
Oh, that was enjoyable.
Obviously they lose at Kansas City. That one's not even pretty. They're home Monday night, week 17, versus Cleveland.
Yeah, that's a.
And then week 18, they're
in Baltimore.
Baltimore. Again, I think they lose both.
Yeah,
for Baltimore. Before, I'm just looking at ESPN schedule here. So the Steelers have 4 preseason games, correct, instead of 3.
Yes,
because they play the Hall of Fame game.
Yes.
I don't know if that's going to be a deterrence or
it's going to be a pain in the ass.
I don't know. I'm intrigued to see how the extra game plays this season.
If you still have ESPN up, look at their preseason game and look at the tickets for the Detroit preseason game.
$17. Oh boy.
It's pretty bad when you can go to Heinz Field and get a beer.
Okay, I'm going to run down the schedule real quick. Talk about each game. I'm going to run down the schedule. You're interested in one word, win or loss.
Okay.
Okay, Buffalo.
Loss.
LA.
Win.
Or I'm sorry, Las Vegas, not LA.
Whatever.
Win. So 1-1. Cincinnati. Home.
Loss.
So 1-2. At Green Bay.
Loss.
1-3. Denver.
Win.
2-3. Seattle.
Loss.
2-4. At Cleveland.
Win.
3-4, I believe.
3-4.
Chicago Monday night.
Win.
4-4. Detroit.
Win.
5-4 at LA.
Loss.
So 5-5. At Cincinnati.
Win.
6-5 at Baltimore.
Loss.
I'm sorry, home versus Baltimore.
Loss.
So 6-6. At Minnesota.
Win.
So 7-6. Tennessee.
Give me a win. They sneaked that one out.
8-6 at Kansas City.
Loss.
8-7 at home versus Cleveland Monday night.
Win.
So 8-7.
9-7.
9-7. And then at Baltimore.
Loss.
So 9-8. You have them. Keep that up because I'm going to go down mine. So you got the Steelers at 9-8.
Yes.
Making the playoffs?
I doubt it because you're going
to finish third in that division.
Yeah.
So
I don't.
They have a chance. I think if both wild cards. Is there 3 wild cards this team this year, or just 2 again?
I think it's just 2.
Okay.
If I remember.
I don't think both wild cards come out of that division.
Not again.
No. Okay, so hit me.
Buffalo.
Win.
Oh, we're starting off weird already. Vegas.
Win.
Bengals.
Win.
At Green Bay.
Loss. 3-1.
Denver,
Win,
Seattle,
loss. So 4-2.
at Cleveland,
Win, 5-2.
at or versus Chicago Monday night,
6-2.
versus Detroit,
Win, 7-2.
at LA,
Loss, 7-3.
at Cincinnati,
Win, 8-3.
Baltimore,
Loss, 8-4.
Minnesota,
Win, 9-4.
Tennessee,
Loss, 9-5.
at Kansas City,
9-6.
versus Cleveland,
9-7.
at Baltimore.
9-8.
We both have them at 9-8.
9-8. I think they missed the playoffs.
Yes.
I think we talked about this before in multiple previous episodes. I think the biggest hindrance of the Pittsburgh Steelers this year is to play Ben Roethlisberger.
That and the offensive line.
I think the offensive line predicates the play of Ben Roethlisberger.
True. Very true.
But it's going to be interesting. It's a long season. You have an extra game. But looking at now, who is yours? Give me your Super Bowl matchup and your winner.
Super Bowl matchup. I will take. Oh man, didn't think I'd be put on the spot like this. Give me the Kansas City Chiefs and. Oh man, this is tough. This is a lot because you just look at them and you're like, oh, let's see here, But I'm gonna take give me the Kansas City Chiefs coming out of the AFC, and then I'm gonna throw this out here, and it's gonna be a weird one. Give me the Arizona Cardinals.
Ooh.
I just think the addition of TJ Watt or JJ Watt makes that team way better.
Okay.
And I will take the Kansas City Chiefs to win a Super Bowl.
We get here's my hot prediction. We get repeat of last year. So Chiefs
And Bucks.
and Bucks. Tom Brady's final ride as a quarterback in the NFL. He's ousted by the new best quarterback in the NFL, Patrick Mahomes. I have Chiefs over Bucks again. Again,
baby.
Chiefs and Bucks again. Chiefs winning this round.
Yeah.
I think Brady retires, and I think that's the end. And it's even 5 years in Canton.
Yeah. Whew, that would be. Most people would hate a repeat of a Super Bowl, but if it's that good as last year's was good.
Last year's Super Bowl was good.
A lot of people are like, the NFL's a copycat.
Looking at the schedule, do you have a surprise team this year?
The Arizona Cardinals.
The Washington football team.
I will also accept that.
I love their defense.
That team is going to be really sneaky good.
I still think the NFC sucks this year.
Oh, the NFC's terrible.
I think the Eagles got better with the addition of Deontay. I think the Giants are going to be bad. I think the Cowboys have a lot of questions on Dak's play, on Zeke's play.
Yeah.
What kind of differences Micah Parsons make in that linebacker core? But I think the only sound thing in that division is Washington's defense, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I have a hot take. I think Sam Darnold becomes a great quarterback in Carolina.
I can see that.
I think Sam Darnold's downside in New York was the organization and not Sam Darnold.
Yeah, I agree. I have one for you too.
Okay.
The Miami Dolphins win the NFC East.
Oh, that's not even a hot take. That's it right there.
Okay, here's one that's been going around ever since the end of last season.
I've got one before you go there. How many games did it take Jameis Winston to be benched in New Orleans?
He's not even the starter come week 1.
I think he's the starter week 1.
No, I think Taysom Hill has some like nudes of Sean Payton or something that he has the job automatically.
Well, yeah, that's been it for a couple years now.
True. My question to you is, with all this speculation of everything about Russ and – the turmoil, quote unquote, in Seattle and everything like that. Does Seattle even make the playoffs? Because that's one team like that. If I had to root for another team
I have
other
a
than,
lot of questions on Seattle's defense.
oh yeah, that defense is.
I like Chris Carson as a running back. I like Russ as a quarterback.
DK Metcalf is a star.
DK Metcalf is a star. I am talking about the Seattle Seahawks and have yet to make a Pete Carroll 9/11 joke, which you should be proud of me on.
I know.
Yes, because I don't like anybody in that division, actually.
You don't think Arizona's anything?
I don't like Kyler Murray. I can't say I don't like Kyler Murray as a quarterback. I don't see the offensive weapons Kyler Murray needs. I like Cliff Kingsbury's coach. I love the air out, air raid offense. I would love to see James Conner succeed. Is Arizona turning into another Pittsburgh West of the old days? I don't know. But I have questions on San Francisco. I have questions on Jimmy G and that Trey Lance situation.
Mm-hmm.
I have questions on Arizona. I have questions on who's the other team in that division?
Arizona, Seattle, San Francisco,
Oh, in LA.
and LA.
Matt Stafford in LA is kind of interesting to think about. I think him and Cooper Kupp kind of have a good connection.
Yeah, I think
I think
so
the run game is kind of questionable in LA.
Yeah, they.
I think Seattle makes playoffs.
Yeah, I could see it because God only knows
Yeah.
if Jimmy G stays healthy. I think the NFC West could be competitive between Seattle and San Francisco the way it was before.
I don't.
And Arizona may throw their hat in the ring. I think.
Who is? I think we kind of talked about this a little before. Who's the worst team in the NFL? You're saying Detroit. I'm saying Jacksonville.
I'm going to throw another one out there.
Okay.
Houston. That is a dumpster fire if there
It's a
ever was
dumpster
one.
fire if there ever was one. Deshaun Watson has very questionable motives right now.
Yeah, there's something sketchy going on with that
There's
situation.
something sketchy with that situation. And kids, if you're listening, learn a lesson here: never hire a masseuse.
Robert Kraft would tell you the same thing too.
But it's an ugly situation. Houston's going to be bad. Jacksonville, I think, is still going to be bad. The Lions are going to be bad. The Jets are going to be bad.
Mm-hmm.
What's your thoughts on Zach? We talked about this last in the draft episode too. Zach Wilson, does he succeed, or is he just another quarterback in the Jets rotation? Because I want to bring a reference to they're becoming more of the Browns of the '90s and early 2000s.
I would love to hear a list of the old Jets quarterbacks since Namath.
Jets QBs since Namath.
I don't know if Zach Wilson will. I think he'll be okay.
So there have been 19 quarterbacks in the Jets history.
You know the funny thing is, after Namath, I can only name one.
Okay, I can name.
Okay, I named two.
This is a good list actually.
Okay, I got three. I got three off the top of my head.
Go ahead.
Vinny Testaverde.
Yep.
Geno Smith.
Yep.
And Sam Darnold. That's all I remember.
Okay, so
I think Bubby Brister was a Jets quarterback at one point.
Yeah, Jets starting. Thank you, Wikipedia. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen.
God bless the internet. But back to Zach Wilson. While you look at that, I think he'll be okay. I don't think he's going to be a star that the New York people are going to expect. I don't think he has enough around him. I don't think he has enough. He's got receivers, but he doesn't have that explosive one that other teams have. Like the Steelers have Juju, the Cardinals have DeAndre Hopkins. The Rams have Cooper Kupp. And teams like that. Like the Jets don't have a star receiver.
Okay, I have the top 6 quarterbacks in Jets history.
Oh boy.
In passing yards.
Oh boy.
Can you name 3 of them?
Namath?
Yes.
Geno Smith?
Nope.
Vinny Testaverde.
Yep, that's 2.
Uh, God, Bubby Brister. I
No.
swear to God, Brister was a.
So coming in 6th is Mark Sanchez
Oh,
with 1,028 yards.
I forgot about Sanchez.
In 5th is Vinny Testaverde with 1,094 yards.
Holy shit.
Oh, I'm sorry, that's completions. I'm sorry.
Still.
Mark Sanchez in 4th with 12,092 yards. Vinny Testaverde with 12,497 yards. 4th place at 13,738 yards, Chad Pennington.
Oh, yeah.
At 18,241, third all time is Richard Todd. At 24,368 is Ken O'Brien. And Namath has 27,000 yards.
Forgot about Ken
So
O'Brien.
Ken O'Brien actually has a better completion percentage with the Jets than Joe Namath.
And by proxy, Ken O'Brien is better than Joe Namath.
No.
Is Chad Pennington like the last Jets quarterback that was drafted? No, Sanchez.
So we're spending too much time on the Jets.
Yeah, we're spending way too much time.
But any other hot takes?
Matt Stafford's benched early. I think that was I don't.
No, I actually like that trade better for the Rams than I do the Lions. I think Matt Stafford is I don't want to say Dan Marino-esque, but I think he's an elite quarterback without a ring. And I think this situation, LA puts him in his best chance because he was never going to do it in Detroit.
Also true.
My hot take for the season, Patrick Mahomes does not win MVP.
I'm going to flip this table if you say anybody other than Aaron Donald.
No.
Because Aaron Donald deserves to win the MVP.
Well, Aaron Donald, yeah. I think... I think the MVP comes from the NFC North or AFC North. I think it's Baker Mayfield. I think Baker has the season of his life this year.
Yikes.
I love that Browns team. As a Steeler fan, I hate myself saying that. I love that Browns team this year.
If that was a team like anybody else, like if
this in any other division,
yes,
I would be all in on the Browns.
Oh yeah, hell yeah!
I love Baker Mayfield this season. I think you get the weapons on offense back. I love the running game. The defense is really good. The defense got really even better at the draft.
Yeah.
I think they win that division. I think the Chiefs still up on them a little bit in the AFC, but it's going to be a great football year. I think it's going to be interesting with the extra game. It's going to be interesting with an actual training camp this year.
Yeah, it's going to be.
Yeah,
guys getting a lot of work in.
Yeah.
My one other thing I'll say is Kyle Pitts wins Offensive Rookie of the Year.
He doesn't even have to play a game this year, and I think he wins off. Kyle Pitts is top 3 tight end. He didn't even play a game yet in the NFL.
Yeah, I could see that because
obviously you have Kelsey.
Yeah, you got Kelsey's like the top.
Yeah,
Kelsey's as good as he gets.
Actually, I want to see what Jimmy Graham does in Chicago with Justin Fields at quarterback.
It's gonna be. There are people that are not high on Justin Fields.
I am. I like Justin Fields.
We live in an area where the big noon Saturday games are usually Ohio State. We live in Big Ten country.
Yeah.
And I saw a lot of Justin Fields, watching, Fox and everything. I think he's going to be good.
Yeah. But I think that's all we got. Yeah,
we got.
Well, there's some hot takes. Yeah, to keep us warm on a May afternoon. But we'd like to thank everybody for listening. I'm Morgan.
I'm Jeremy.
We are Porch Asses. We'll see you next time, guys.
All right. Have a good one.